Hello folks and welcome back. This is the Saturday look ahead video to New Comic Book Day, March the 8th, 2023. And I got some nice key books here in the background, and we'll talk about them later of why I'm going to start doing a theme of putting out keys and why I might have those keys put out. So yeah, this is first appearance of Amadeus Cho. I got two of them from 2005, I believe that came out. And I actually bought three of them off the comic book shelf, so I paid cover minus 15%. And this is first appearance of Lin Lee, I think, as Iron Fist. Came out last year. His first appearance I do not have. It came out in Age of Atlas or Agents of Atlas, something like that. First Sword Master, something like that. I don't really know. I totally missed that one. Well, we're going to start today's video with the giveaway. And we are giving away this book today. This is Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 5, first appearance of Dream Spider. And it's a pretty hot book right now. And a few days ago, I had a open entry for this. All you had to do was comment that you wanted to be involved in the giveaway. And that was important. The instruction was, put a comment saying that you wanted to be involved in the giveaway, because I know a lot of people don't want nothing to do with giveaways. So if you didn't state that you wanted to be in the giveaway, I did not enter you in the giveaway. So that being said, I got my hat, a Michigan State hat, and this is what we're going to do the drawing out of. There's only 6 entries, so you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning this book. Now those are some darn good odds. First we have The Mad Respect, and that one is getting folded twice, and into the hat you go. Next entry is, if I can get it, and I cut these all the same exact size, Tylox the Mighty. Thank you for entering. Let's give that a fold once and a fold twice, and in the drawing hat. Next is 80s Guy. 2 folds. Okay. Now we have Notorious Customs. Never mind my phone, I did not silence it. 1 and 2 folds. Okay, next entry is Brian LCS. Okay. Alright, and now we have Joseph Michaels. Okay. Alright, and that is all 6 entries. We'll give this a nice little shake, make sure nothing comes out. Alright, everything's still in there. Now let's do the drawing. We're getting things bounced around good in there, mixed up. I'm going to reach in and grab one. I have 1 sheet, and who is it? Tylox the Mighty. You are the winner of the Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man book. My email is in the video description. Go ahead and shoot me an email. Just put in the subject giveaway and your shipping info, and I'll get that right out to you. Congratulations, Tylox. All right, with that out of the way, here is your book, sir. That's the actual very one that you will receive. Okay. So let's get into this show today. Let's get into this look ahead video, if you will. Starting with Independence, our first book is from Ablaze Media, and it is Children of the Black Sun. I've really enjoyed this series. I believe this series is a good long-term bet. So, highly recommend surely picking this up. Okay. And AWA has Black Tape number 2. I picked up Black Tape number 1 late after it had already come out, and I just didn't get around to reading it. So I'm already behind on this one, but it's a kind of a cool concept, so I will definitely be picking this one up as well. And a new one out from Dark Horse Comics from Scott Snyder, so it's kind of a no-brainer. It's called Clear. And sounds like a pretty cool concept. And anything by Scott Snyder is definitely worth picking up. It seems that all of his stuff always gets picked up by TV, so this is a definite go. So highly recommend picking this one up. Image Comics puts out Spawn 339, and the solicitation kind of hinted towards maybe a new character in this one. So I am definitely going to pick this one up, and for $2.99 you can't go wrong. So I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to check it out and see if there's anything that hits in it. Is there anything? And I'll tell you about that after I read it, if it was spec worthy, I guess. Image also puts out a new series, and it says it's an ongoing, called Stone Heart. And it was the solicitation was kind of interesting enough, surely, to pick it up. So I'll definitely go with this one and give it a read. And it's an ongoing. It doesn't say mini series or nothing. So ongoing series are usually a better bet. So I'm definitely going to try this one out. Scout Comics puts out a book called Oswald and the Star Chaser. It's kind of a weird concept. This Oswald character is like a space ranger, if you will, and he's going on this quest, and he recruits the Star Chaser, but she's kind of a can you trust her type thing. It sounded kind of interesting. I think I'll go ahead and give it a shot for at least an issue or two. And if it's kind of not worthy, as Mike the Spider Slayer would say, then I'll dump out of it. But we'll see. Kind of an interesting concept. So, and on to DC. DC is putting out number 1 issue of Adventures of Superman John Kent. And the only reason I have this here as a recommend is I believe that there is going to be a new character introduced into this. The story is somewhat like there's multiversal. It's a multiversal thing. So John Kent obviously they're going with the multiversal type thing with him. And the Kal-Els around the multiverses are being killed or something. And Zod or Zor-El, I think. Zor-El is recruiting John Kent to help, and then there's a new it alludes to a new female character alongside, I think it's Zor-El. I might be totally wrong on that on the solicit. But alongside him, a mysterious new female character. So it's definitely worth picking up for that. If this is anything like the previous John Kent series, I will not be interested in reading it in the bit. I'm not interested in activist Superman. So, but a new character coming, sure, I'll pick it up and see. I'm all about first appearances. So we shall see. Batman 133 is out, and this is another multiversal story. And this is Bruce Wayne in a universe without a Bruce Wayne. And he's becoming Batman in this issue all over again in another universe, in a parallel universe of Gotham that doesn't have a Batman and desperately needs one. It's a cool story concept. I'm just not crazy about the whole multiversal thing, but we'll see. I'll give it a shot. I mean, Batman's a pretty good read regardless. It's just kind of, this one's far out a little bit. Oh, we'll see. And The Flash, the 1 Minute War continues with 794. And I think this one could be a good one to get because this is Wally West's daughter, Irie West. And she's becoming a superhero, I suppose, in this issue. And I think she gets her superhero, quote unquote, name in this issue. So this could be a big issue to pick. It's definitely a good one to get. No, it's going to be a good one, so definitely pick this up. And on to Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man 21, and I think this is what we've all been waiting for, is to move away from stories that don't matter. We're out of Dark Web, we're out of the 2-issue, and I do like Peter and Felicia together. But this is getting back into what Zeb Wells wanted to write, maybe. So I'm hoping that it's good and it goes somewhere, it progresses. Because Amazing Spider-Man has been almost 2 years of doing nothing. 20 issues of nothing, really. An event that was lackluster, and then before that, a whole lot of nothing. So we'll see. Hopefully it gets back on track and we get somewhere with this story. Avengers 66. Now this title is getting ready to reset again, but the reason I put this up on as a recommend is I love this cover. It's got all of the faces of the Avengers over time, I suppose. And it's just a really cool cover. I'm probably going to pick up a couple of these covers because I just like this cover that much. So that's really, is it going to be anything in the story? I don't know. But just based on cover alone, I'm picking that one up. And John Ridley's Black Panther comes to a close. And this is issue number 15. And I know I've said, and I've been saying, that I've liked this story. And all in all, I have. But around issue 10, when it was announced that this was going to end at issue 15, actually it was like issue 11 or 12, then I started thinking, boy, they better start redeeming T'Challa because John Ridley has really been crapping on T'Challa, which I'm not all against. There's nothing wrong with breaking a character down, but you have to have a redeeming. It's the Black Panther. He can't be hated forever, And this is the last issue, issue 15. And the last issue, 14, he was still, it might have been the worst that they had treated T'Challa in the whole series. So what are they going to do in this final issue? Just kind of everything's hunky-dory in one issue? We were just kidding with you, T'Challa. It's all good. You're the king again. Because, in the new solicit for the new Black Panther, I think it's back to being a kingdom. So it's like they're going to undo everything from this run. I don't understand, really, to be honest. This run, John Ridley's run, just didn't seem like it's tied up at all. So I don't know. The one good thing that came out of this, I really do like the character Tosin. I think he is going big time into the future. I really do. Nice original character, awesome character design, cool backstory. Just has all the foundations for a great character, really. So, and then we're going to talk about a second print that comes out tomorrow that is related to Tosin. Okay. But first we have Mary Jane and Black Cat. Number 4 comes out. And this has been a really good series. I've really enjoyed this one. And this one does have a couple, at least one variant that I'm going to be picking up, and that's the Alex Ross Timeless variant. And I actually did pre-order 2 copies of that from mycomicshop.com because it's a pretty stunning cover. I really, and I'm a Felicia fan, so. And I'm silencing that phone. That thing, someone is blowing my phone up. And guys, my phone never goes off like this. I'm going to cut away and turn this thing off. Okay, I got that thing silenced, so hopefully we won't be interrupted anymore. My phone never goes off like that. So, yeah, I start filming and boom, I'm just getting blown up left and right. But like I was saying, yeah, I'm a big fan of this cover. I pre-ordered 2. I may pick up another one at the shop if they have it. I just wanted to make sure that I did get this cover. So, and there is another cover by Dauterman. That's a pretty cool cover that's just got a bunch of variations of Felicia on the cover. I probably will pick that one up too. Okay. Then Moon Knight number 21 is out. Moon Knight's been a great story. Really, hats off to Jed MacKay. I'm looking forward to his Avengers as well. If he does as good on Avengers as he has done with everything else that he has been on, then everything will be great. I'm really looking forward to his Strange too, his Doctor Strange that is coming out. I'm really looking forward to that. And Nightcrawlers number 2 is out. This is the 100-year start. This is into the Sins of Sinister story. This is 100 years after the start, or however you want to look at that. So, yeah. Excuse me. 100 years into the sinistry, if you will. And Sanistaros number 2 is out. I did read number 1. I enjoyed it, so I'm going to pick up and continue with it. Sanistaros number 2. High Republic number 6 is out, and I've really been enjoying this whole story, and I'm looking for this issue. We should be getting first full comic appearance of Mother of the Open Path. I believe her name is Alicia Zeveron, maybe something like that. Anyway, we should be getting first full in this issue, I would think. I will report back after I read it on my new comic book day haul video next week, because I'll read this before I put my new comic haul out. And if there is a first full, then I'll let you know. But I'm looking forward to it. Love and High Republic. And one of the big books coming out, and I told you that we were going to touch on something involved with Tosin. And this is a new character that was introduced maybe a month ago, and this is second printing of Wakanda number 4. This is the first appearance of Kime, who is the love interest of Tosin. And she is a cool character. She's like a sorceress type magic user. She's part of a faction of Wakanda called the Sisters. And I can see her, because Marvel, it's no secret, Marvel is really expanding on their magic stuff. Doctor Strange is getting way more popular. Strange Academy is all about the magic. Strange Academy TV show is rumored to be in production. So the sky is really the limit for these 2 characters right here on this cover. And this is a cool cover. This is Tosin and Kime on the cover. And I'm really all in on these characters. I believe this is a big key to get. This is second printing, first cover of Kime. And I believe that these characters have a big future in Marvel. And I highly, strongly recommend picking not only this cover up, but go back and get Wakanda number 4 first print. Now I have 4 copies of the first print, and I pre-ordered, and this one came out and it was a short window. It was a 2-day window for ordering this second print. But I was on it. I was watching mycomicshop.com. And as soon as it posted, I pre-ordered 5 copies of this. So, and maybe down the line sometime, maybe I'll give one of them away. Who knows? Remains to be seen. But yeah, so this is a really big one to get. Okay. And I wanted to talk about a little bit of spec that I kind of stumbled on while looking over solicitations in DC. And this is a solicitation I ran across. And it's City Boy, cover A, number 1. It's by Greg Pak, who is not a hack. Pardon, nice rhyme, but yeah, Greg Pak is a pretty good writer. And this is a character called City Boy. Now, I mean, do they need to work on the name? Yeah. But I'm just going to read the solicitation. City Boy, or at least that's the best translation of what his cities call him. So it's not really a final name yet. City Boy, also known as Cameron Kim, is just trying to make a living using his powers of being able to speak to cities to find lost and hidden goods to pawn. And it's only just enough to get by. And those abilities mean he hears everything, everywhere, all the time, including each city's histories and the truths behind them. And in parentheses it says, it's very loud in his head and sometimes he has to live with it. And then it says, as his powers get stronger, the cities start forming animal avatars from scraps in order to physically travel alongside him in his adventures. Of course, Gotham is a rat avatar made of city scraps, but what about Metropolis, Bloodhaven, Amnesty Bay, or even Themyscira? And not all cities are so kind. That was so intriguing to me because I'm always on the lookout for new, unique, new idea characters. And really the possibilities are almost endless with this character. He can work in any city with that city's heroes or whatever, in feeding from and talking to the city type of thing, of finding out secrets or whatever needs to be done. I mean, they can go anywhere with these. I really just believe that this is a good character, a good idea. So I went and looked up, and it says right here, first seen in Wildstorm's 30th anniversary special. So I immediately went and I bought 2 copies of that Wildstorm 30th anniversary special, which is the first appearance of this City Boy character. And it's just him, and he's basically, a kid without a family, without any friends or anything. He's just kind of on his own, and he's out trying to make his way, trying to make it. So he can tune into the city and he can find lost jewelry like he does in this first appearance story, just to go pawn to live, So it's really cool. And it's actually the first appearance of another character called King of the Cities. So, and he's an Asian character, which is cool. I mean, so, yeah, it checks that diversity box, if that matters. But, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Asian characters at all. I'm all for it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, but it seems like a really cool character to me. So, yeah, I did pre-order. I didn't pre-order, but I went on mycomicshop.com and I bought 2 copies of that Wildstorm 30th anniversary, which is those images that I was just going through of him going through the city and talking to the King of Cities. That is his first appearance. So that is, I believe, a good one going into the future. I really think that he's going to be a good character long term. Okay, now these books, as I mentioned, this is first appearance Amadeus Cho, Amazing Fantasy 15 from 2005 or 6. May have came out in 2006, I don't know. And then you got Lin Lee, his first appearance as Iron Fist. And as you may have heard, Stephen Yeun, who was Glenn in The Walking Dead, has been cast by Marvel. And so far, there's only rumors, really, about who he may be playing. But I think it just makes perfect sense for him to be either Amadeus Cho or Lin Lee. Now, I've heard other people saying, well, Stephen Yeun's 40 years old, and these characters are teenagers. And, Stephen Yeun, number one, he looks like he's 20 years old. He could totally pass for a 20, 21, 22-year-old character. No problem, I don't believe. And then these characters, you can age them up to 18, 19. Stephen Yeun he can bridge that gap. I totally don't see that as being an issue. I really don't. The only thing is with this character right here, Stephen Yeun is not a very physical looking dude. He's a pretty small guy. So he'd probably not be pulling this one off. That's why I think his perfect casting would be Amadeus Cho. Because Amadeus Cho, as you know, currently he is Brawn, which is kind of a Hulk knockoff. He was the totally awesome Hulk for a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. A lot of people are saying the Sentry, and I do not see him as the Sentry at all. I would really scratch my head at that casting if that's what it turns out to be. And it would be a kind of a Marvel, what are you doing, But, yeah, so that's my thought. I'm really hoping that they cast him as Amadeus Cho and make Amadeus Cho, make him a 20-year-old or whatever, 21, 22-year-old, very young adult. I'd be all for it. So anyway, that is today's video. Congratulations to Tylox the Mighty on the win for the book. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys all on New Comic Book Day or Thursday after next week. And we'll talk about books again. All right, guys. Bye for now.